What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. I wanted to take a break from the Kafka madness. I know I've been pumping videos out like crazy. There's still so many more to come because she's such a multifaceted character. But let's talk about Luka because he's going to be a part of that picture as well. Also, he's a male character, and with all the simps flying around in this community, we got to have some people representing and having some excitement built up for the male characters. As we know, Hoyoverse loves their females, as does their community. Anyways, I'm personally really excited for Luka. One, he's a fist character, which is really cool. Two, he's a male character. And three, his kit design just looks really cool. He has the bleed effect, and he also has them 3-piece chicken nugget combos. So I wanted to take some time to analyze his kit from what they revealed from Hoyo Lab. We also have some animations to look at with regards to his skill, his ultimate, his basic attack. We're going to digest all of that together and react to some of the animations because they looked really cool from what I've seen. So let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off with the traces. Again, they revealed everything on Hoyo Lab. They've revealed the surface level intricacies. The numerical value and the multipliers haven't been revealed yet, but this is enough to pretty much, digest everything that's going to be happening in his kit. So starting off with the traces, it says when the skill is used, immediately dispel some buffs from the enemy target. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Pella, Lorcha, and then the Battle Pass Hunt Path Light Cone, those are the only sources that we have as of now that can dispel a buff from the enemy. Not from your team, but from the enemy. Pella, Lorcha, and the Battle Pass Hunt Path Light Cone are the only sources we have. So having another character that can dispel buffs from the enemy is a huge thing. The Gorilla Monkey is the 8, is the one that comes to mind. I believe it's Maleficent. I don't know the hell that big ass monkey that be trying to like dunk Master Darius on your head. He is somebody where you have to dispel the buff because he gets a 20% damage bonus multiplier stacking up to 3 times. So that's a vivid scenario of needing somebody like Luka to dispel a buff. So that is a positive. His next thing says cycle breaking. For every stack of fighting will obtained, additionally regenerates energy, and it doesn't specify how much energy, but this will obviously play a role in whether energy recharge rope will be viable on him or not. But having an energy period is always a good thing, but I can't really go too much into the details on it because it didn't reveal the numerical value. Crush Fighting Will. When using enhanced basic attack, every hit of a direct punch has a chance for Luka to do 1 additional hit. This effect does not apply to additional hits generated in this way. So essentially the way his enhanced basic attack works is once you get 2 stacks of Fighting Will, he transforms his regular basic attack into his enhanced basic attack. And the way this enhanced basic attack works is you do a 3-piece chicken nugget combo followed up by a Shoryuken uppercut. That's pretty much how it works. So the 3-piece chicken nugget combo prior to the rising uppercut is what they're referring to when they say you have a chance to do 1 additional hit. So 1, 2, 3, you could very well do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before doing that rising uppercut. So you essentially can do up to 6 hits or 4 at minimum if either one of them procs out of the 3-piece chicken nugget combo. I feel like I did a shit job conveying that, but hopefully you understood what I was saying. Which, by the way, I love the mechanical creativity of an intricacy such as that for a character inside of a turn-based genre. That's the type of stuff that makes characters in a turn-based genre very fun and enjoyable to utilize. Much similar to Xing Shui's RNG factor to her doing her her special ability where she does the AoE attack. That's so enjoyable and is very creative as opposed to just saying does increase damage, does the exact same move. These are things that make me excited to play a character. So that's really cool that Luka can not only do a 3-piece, but he can do up to a 6-piece and then uppercut. Like, chef's kiss for a 4-star package, man. Really cool. Okay, now we're coming into the technique and the animations. So his technique is a uppercut visually, and this is one of the techniques that is required to hit the target to even enable whatever the perk may be. Which, by the way, before we even get into that, I look at those techniques as a negative because often at times, case in point, Luka is going to be on the team with a Kafka. So unless Luka is not on the team with Kafka, you're never actually going to utilize his technique because it's just much less value than utilizing Kafka's technique, which puts shock on everybody's head. But with that being said, let's go ahead and read through it. Immediately attacks the enemy. Again, you have to make contact with the enemy to even enable the technique perk. After entering battle, deals physical damage to a random single enemy with a chance to inflict a bleed status equal to that inflicted by Luka's skill to that target. Luka then gains additional stack of fighting will. So he gets a stack of fighting will and he inflicts bleed on a single target. As opposed to if you have him on the Kafka team, Kafka puts shock on everybody's heads. That's equivalent to her ult shock, which is the strongest dot in the game. So this is a negative technique for me. I don't really see the value in it because I'm going to be running in with my Kafka and I'm not even going to use this technique, which is an absolute waste. I don't like when they do things like this, but if you're trying to do like some off meta main DPS Luka build, that's where the technique's going to come in into play and provide some value. Going into the basic attack. So this is not the enhanced, this is the regular basic attack. It looks cool. I like how the animation looks. It's just pretty straightforward. Yeah, it just dashes forward and gives him a good old straight right with the mechanical arm too. It looks cool. It's not the best thing. Enhanced basic attack. Now this looks so freaking cool, bro. And then the uppercut, bro. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of one of my favorite turn-based characters of all time. Hold up, give me a second here. We're talking about my guy right here. Oh my goodness. Here he is, gentlemen. How many cultured individuals watching this video knows who this is without looking at the top? I'm probably going to try and edit out the top so that you can just know. Well, I guess there's no avoiding it. Never mind. There's no avoiding it. Derp. Blonde moment. It's just all in here. This is my boy from Final Fantasy VIII. He had one of the coolest fighting, fist character kits out of all games I've ever seen. He was ahead of his time. This was one of the coolest designed fist characters in all of turn-based genres for me personally. If you play Final Fantasy VIII, if you know, you know. I don't have to introduce him, but that reminds me of my boy right here. Let's go ahead and read the description. Consumes 2 stacks of fighting will. First, use direct punch to deal 3 hits, with each hit dealing physical damage to a single enemy target. Then use rising uppercut to deal 1 hit, dealing physical damage to a single enemy target. Again, all of his stuff is single enemy target, which can be viewed as a negative, but at the end of the day, his if he has very powerful like toughness multipliers, like he breaks shield easily, then it doesn't matter if he's a single targeter because he's going to be breaking shields left and right. Just like Su Shang. Su Shang can break shields very easily with her kit synergy. So single target's not the best on planet Earth for a character such as this, but it's also, it makes sense for a 4-star character's kit. You know what I mean? Now, one thing I did want to point out about this is you do have to consume 2 stacks of fighting will. And earlier it mentioned that you will gain additional energy based off of how many stacks you have. And his stacks go up to 4 stacks. So this tells me we run into a bit of a conundrum here. If you use 2 stacks when he only has 2 stacks built up, you're not going to get as much energy recharge back. But if you wait and get 4 stacks and then use his enhanced basic attack, you're going to get much more energy back based off of that basic attack, as I understand it. Of course, we'll follow up with more guides that have a little bit more detail and proof to this, but from what I just digested here, you might not want to use his 2 fighting stacks immediately. I feel like he's going to be one of those characters that may have to manage his energy a bit more strategically. Anyways, moving on to the next one, the talent. I love this. This is a freaking Mega Man rocket blast, bro. That shit looks dope, and I'm a big Mega Man fan. Anybody who's a part of my generation knows that Mega Man, we represent that. We own that shit entirely, all right? Anyways, after Luka uses his basic attack, direct punch, or skill lacerating fist, he receives fighting will up to 4 stacks. When he has 2 or more stacks of fighting will, his basic attack is enhanced to Sky Shatter Fist. This is what I was just talking about. Sky Shatter Fist contains 3 hits of direct punch and 1 hit of rising uppercut. After rising uppercut hits a bleeding enemy target, the bleed status will immediately deal damage for 1 time equal to a certain percentage of the original damage to the target. So that's actually massive, because now his enhanced basic attack damage is going to occur on top of a bleed effect damage on the spot. So that's double procs of bleed without even utilizing Kafka, which is amazing. At the start of the battle, Luka will possess 1 stack of fighting will. That's nice. So he's, oh, okay. Wow. I never noticed that. So going into battle, he already has 1 stack of fighting will. Very nice. So all you have to do is use a basic attack or skill, and you get another stack, and you're already at 2. But again, it's gonna be interesting seeing if you should wait to get to 4 stacks or just utilize your 2. If you have to wait to get the 4 stacks, I don't know. I guess it's too soon to even theory craft that right now. He's right around the corner. We'll just wait. Moving on to the skill, which is the exact same animation. Oh, okay, so the talent was basically showing the skill animation, it appears. Yeah, so it's the same thing. The rocket punch, the Mega Man rocket punch shoot, that looks really cool. Deals physical damage to a single enemy target. In addition, there's a chance to inflict bleed on them. There's the effect hit rate. Lasting for several turns. Several turns? What in the name? Oh, they probably mean several turns, not literally, but as in the expression goes. While bleeding, the enemy will take a certain percentage of their max HP as physical dot at the start of each turn. So it's the same exact concept as the break effect bleed dot. This damage will not exceed more than a certain percentage of Luka's attack. This is where things get sticky. So you still have to prioritize building attack on Luka, because if you're fighting an elite mob such as Kafka, whoever, who has a ridiculous amount of HP, that would mean that the percentage of their HP is going to be very large for his skill. But the limiting barrier that's restricting him from doing that actual damage is going to be his own attack, meaning you have to build his attack up to really get some value, because you're not going to hit that ceiling of the HP percent scaling because of his attack. Again, all of that will make much more sense when he releases. I'll be sure to touch up on that. But yeah, moving on to his ultimate. Oh my God. That is the coolest 4-star ultimate in the entire game, bro. Man's got a United States smash! United States! He got a United States smash. Oh, they went all out. Bro, what? Oh my God. That shit is big. They took it from All Might. There's no way you could tell me otherwise. Look at it. Oh my God, that looks so clean, bro. Receive a certain number of fighting will stacks with a chance to cause the target enemy to receive increased damage for several turns. Luka will then deal physical damage to the target. Oh my God, I can't even process, bro. I'm just looking at this animation, bro. I might have to do an off-meta main DPS Luka build just so I can enjoy pulling that ult off, bro. So I can enjoy my inner might, my inner all might, bro. That's really cool. Anyways, I think his ultimate is a vulnerability debuff. So it says to cause the target enemy to receive increased damage for several turns. The huge value in this is in the fact that it doesn't say they received increased damage for dot multiplier only, but increased damage period. So much like Welt's ult, he's gonna have a vulnerability, which is a separate multiplier from additive damage bonuses, and that's huge. So yeah, Luka's value is really huge with his ult coming up. On top of the fact that it's the most peak 4-star animation I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Okay, yeah, that's everything. Overall, I am really excited to use Luka just from a pure enjoyable stance. I love the way his kit looks, and that ultimate, good Lord. But in terms of viability, yeah, I think he's going to be one of the best options in the game, obviously for Kafka. But outside of Kafka, I probably would still rock with Su Shang. Then again, I don't know. I haven't actually calculated any of his multipliers. So at the end of the day, though, we were just digesting, going through his kit together so that you guys could see what I have noticed. But man, he looks really dope. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below, guys. As always, peace, love, and happiness. I hope I brought a little bit of insight to you today. Take care, and I'll catch you on the flip side.